Whoa, my hair was crazy. Hello, welcome to Peace Love Houseplants. My name is Heather. Anyway, we're doing a plant tour. Plant tour of my living room. Plants you haven't seen, mostly. So I thought we'd start here on this wall. Right in here, this first plant right here is my Epipremnum Pinnatum Marble. It's really beautiful. But I did have to chop it because it started to revert, and then it grew these really funky first leaves, really weird shaped. Not a ton of elbow variegation left, but we're starting to get some more shape, and I just don't want to cut it again. I'm just gonna let it go. Let it be what it is. It's fine. So never mind that blanket. I'm hiding a project from you guys. But here we go. This is my Philodendron Prince of Orange. And we're taking a look just in time to see this new emergent come out, so bright and orange, and then it will darken or change rather into this dark green. So I grew this plant from just the tiniest little plant, and yeah, it's cute. I think it's about time for it to come out of that pot. And then here is a plant we are familiar with if you watch my channel. This is my Philodendron domesticum variegated. And we've learned that it did not want to stay variegated, but look how big these leaves got until it started to revert again. And then I cut it, and then it grew a funky growth with a couple weird leaves, so I cut those again, and I'm not sure what we're gonna do with this guy, but it's fine. And then this is my Monstera Esqueleto. She went through a little something not too long ago. So these older leaves are a little beat up, but all these new leaves are super healthy with really close internodal spacing. So I'm gonna try to get her up on a pole eventually soon, and let's see how big we can get this one. I love that plant. I remember being so excited when I got it. I'm still excited about it. But yeah, it was definitely a wish list plant for a while. So this right here, this is my Philodendron fuzzy petiole. It also went through a little something, but it's coming back. It has this weird new leaf, and it's called a fuzzy petiole because, let me show you. It's got this cool fuzzy petiole. It's neat. I really love this plant. And it actually gave me a little baby, which we're going to see a little later. So over here, this is my carnivorous plants. They are in their bog of distilled water. They were recently all moved into this little bog together, just for the ease of their care. So, and I'd like to add a few more. So yeah, my little carnivorous plants, and I'm hardly creeped out by them at all anymore. Oh, look at this pitcher plant. Aren't those neat? It does cycle quite a bit. This cycles the pitchers, but yeah, it's really neat. So this is a Dieffenbachia camouflage. I got it as a little rescue about a year ago, and it just didn't grow anything, and then all of a sudden it just started to take off. And that is that. So right up here, this is a Dracaena of some kind. Oh, look at the lamp that my parents gave me for Christmas. Isn't that cute? It just got hung up tonight. I love it. All right here, this is a Dracaena. an unknown name Dracaena. And yeah, I just took it out of its catch pot just a few days ago, and the roots are like 6 inches long, longer than the pot. So that needs to be repotted. So over here to the babies, we've got a white princess that I grew from a node. It's neat because it has these all white leaves. It's a couple of them, and they're not really contributing to the plant, but they are contributing to the beauty of the plant, but not really the nutrition of the plant, the photosynthesis rather. I don't know. Moving on. This is a little synapsis. I think I was told it was a silver lady, something like that. I'm not quite sure, but it's the slowest growing plant I've ever had. And it took about a year to grow like 2 leaves, so, but it's pretty. And then this is a cool little golden crocodile philodendron. Golden crocodile philodendron. And it is similar to a ring of fire, but it does have this golden color, and it is just a wee little baby. So eventually it will grow the kind of ruffled edge on the leaves that we love about the ring of fire. This is a Peperomia freckles. I don't know how much longer she will be with us, but we are doing our best because she's really pretty, but she is a Peperomia, and I don't know what possessed me to get another Peperomia. All right, so over here we've just got a sweet little green pothos. I think it used to be a golden pothos, but alas, I think there's just maybe a few variegated leaves over there, but it is pretty, and eventually I'm going to give this away to someone. We've got some propagations over here. I am always propagating and sticking stuff everywhere, so this is one of the areas right now with some propagation. Inside the jar, this is a couple of asparagus ferns. They are so lovely, but they are really bratty, so I decided to stick them in there for as long as they will fit to give them a little extra humidity, because they are so worth it when they get big. So we're going to skip the top of the hearth because we've got a little project there that we're going to show in another video. But over here is a hint at the terrariums that I have built, and we are going to get into those in a little bit as well. So right here, my big old baby, this is my Monstera deliciosa. His name is James Buffett, and I got him about 5 years ago from my friend Kelsey. She made this little name tag for him. We decided he needed a tropical name, so in honor of Jimmy Buffett, this is James Buffett. And I love him. He's my favorite. Don't tell the others. So over here, moving on, this is a Tradescantia nanook. One of the last of the Tradescantias that will probably live in my home, because as pretty as they are just difficult for me to maintain, probably because they've given me so much heartache over the years that they just don't give me as much joy to grow anymore, but should make more of an effort because this is a lovely plant. I just keep saying lovely, but it is. It really is. All right. Let's adjust the light. We are moving on to the right side of my big picture window. This is a south-facing window, so it gets a ton of light. These are my snake plant propagations. I just checked on them a few days ago and they've got some roots, so that's exciting. Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. At first I thought they were not gonna make it, but we'll see. We'll see. That's what's fun about propagating. You win some and you lose some. And hopefully you win more than you lose. So this guy, this is a Peperomia Cupid. It's a little trailing little sweetheart of a plant. And for a Peperomia, it is not temperamental. This is the easiest Peperomia I've ever grown. This one and one other that I will show you guys eventually. But yeah, Peperomia Cupid, super cute. I do have this little begonia that my friend Kelsey gave me just for Christmas. Oh, actually the same Kelsey that gave me James Buffett. So I'm excited to watch that grow. This is a Hilo Beauty. It was originally thought to be an alocasia, but they have actually reclassified it to a calocasia, and it's totally gorgeous. And I have a large one in the plant room that you may have seen, but I'll show it off eventually, a little closer. Yeah, Hilo Beauty. I have several of these and they're darling. They're dramatic, but they're darling. And then stuffed in the back here, it does get great light, is my angel wing begonia. She's getting big. And over to the shelf we have my Calathea mosaica. Look at the variegation on those leaves. It is a Calathea, so it's rather dramatic. But I keep it out here with right by the humidifier. Yeah, we still have some browning, but it's definitely beautiful. Let's take one more closer look at this. Look at that. Okay. This is one of my Pink Princess philodendrons, my PPPs. It is not the cutest, but it is my very first Pink Princess that I got when Pink Princesses were very expensive, and it arrived just green leaves, fully green leaves, and then eventually it popped out this leaf right here with its very first little bit of pink, and which has continued slightly through its growth, but we'll see. I'm just gonna let it grow. It's cute. It's a memory. This is a sentimental plant. It is definitely, I call it my little Uggo, but yeah, it's sweet. I'm just gonna watch her grow. All right, this is a neon pothos. It's got that bright yellow, lemon limey, neon-y coloring, and sometimes you get some cool little variegation like this guy right here. Yeah. Moving down past this propagation bin to my philodendron yopii. This is a fast grower. I don't know what I'm going to do when it gets big, but it is fun. It's got a new emergent, kind of brighter green there. Pretty cool leaf. One day I sucked one of the tips of the leaves into my vacuum and it tore it off, and that was a very sad day. But it continued to grow, of course. All right. This one here, this is my philodendron. I went through a philodendron phase a year or two ago, guys. So this is my philodendron Giganteum Blizzard. I had to think about it. Philodendron Giganteum Blizzard. Looking a little nutty. It's growing like a philodendron does, but this is one of the leaves, which is so weird that it's very thin because all of the rest of the leaves are actually a lot wider. But look at the variegation on that. Let me see if I can get you a good look. Yeah, wow. All right, Angel Wing Begonia Propagation and our first air plant. I don't know the name of this air plant, but it is hanging out in this little turkey, and it's really cute. Moving up to a couple more pink princess philodendrons. So this is one of my newer ones. Couldn't quite pass it up even though I have a couple, but they're just getting more and more beautiful. Look at this leaf. So I'm excited to see what she does. She's got this new emergent right here and another one already on its way. All right, and over here, oh, we've got some pirates and their air plants. I believe that big one is called A Xerographica, but I am not 100% sure. And the little guy, that is an air plant that I got at the Sacramento Reptile Expo a couple of years ago. Do you guys know what a pirate's favorite letter is? It's not R. It is the C. Here's my other, yet another pink princess philodendron. So hanging with the disco ball is some cool moss that I picked up at Sierra Water several months ago, maybe 6 months ago. It is so fun. It's so soft. I wish you could feel this. All right, over here, looking a little camera shy, is a philodendron micans. It is all pinky from the sun stress it's getting in this bright window, and I love that. And right next door, we've got the stingray alocasia. I had this plant and it nearly died, and then I just took what was left of the plant and stuck it in a prop bin, and that is what has grown. So it did not die. I always have hope. This is a weird little Shangri-La pothos that sadly gets neglected up there and is finally starting to push out some scrunched up leaves. That is what the Shangri-La is known for. I'm not sure what happened, but for some reason a bunch of the leaves opened up, but now they're growing normal for the plant again. And then right over here we've got a bonny little spider plant. She's all curly and cute. Super cute little spider plant. Another air plant hanging out here with my green lizard pothos. A plant that literally hangs at eye level and I forget to water it. So wish she looks like this, but we are doing our best. All right, some cute little air plants just chilling in their little domes. I like this guy, he's new. Looks like a little alien. Let's just continue on this way and take a look at the rest of the air plants that are chilling up here. Like I said, once a week I take them out. I soak them for about 30 minutes and then I put them upside down to let them dry on a towel, and they are done for the week. This is a Philodendron Squamiferum. I know it's ridiculous that he's in this hanging basket, but I just love him and I want to see him. So for now, I'm gonna let him just keep hanging here. This is like fuzzy petiole times 10. And they're really soft. And this is the left side of the picture window. We have got quite a few plants over here. And we're gonna start with this variegated string of pearls that I don't know how I've managed to keep alive, but somehow I have. You can see that variegation there. It's subtle, but it's sweet. And then right over here, this is one of my favorite plants right now. This is my Pothos Snow Queen. And just check out that leaf. Don't you just want to eat it up? It is like gorgeous. I can't even. This is a Pothos. Just a plain old everyday houseplant. Breathtaking. I had to stop on the other side of this plant to show you this leaf. Look at that. Look at that half moon. And then just this variegation, wow. And then this other kind of yellow. Okay, I need to stop. Let's move on. This is my Marble Queen Pothos. Really gorgeous plant that I got from Jacqueline's Jungle. She picked it up for me while she was out plant shopping one day because I had mentioned that I was looking for one and I could not find one here in Reno. So yeah, I love this plant. So up here is my Philodendron Pluto. You may have seen the repot video where we potted him up. Now he's hanging out here in the living room, living his best life, growing another leaf, looking cute. Not looking quite as cute as this cutting I got of this Synapsis, silver something. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know. Not every cutting will make it, and these leaves are definitely curling up quite a bit. But we'll see. So another favorite of mine is this Epipremnum Pinnatum Marble. It's just like one of the first, I guess the first plant we looked at in my living room collection, but a marble variation. Marble variegation. And it's neat. The leaves did start to get smaller, so I decided to put it on a pole, and it looks like that pole needs some water, so we will get to that. All right, a couple of succulents that I picked up recently because I am determined to learn how to grow succulents. And then over here we have a Burl Marks variegated that keeps trying to revert. This newest leaf here in the center has no variegation, unlike one of the older leaves that is pretty nicely variegated. So we will see what happens with that guy. And a couple more succulents that are going to help me on my journey to figure out how to grow them. Over here we have an Adansonii, a Swiss cheese plant that was once elbow, but is now just greeno. You know what I mean? It reverted. But I'm gonna let it grow. Who knows? I have had a variegated plant become variegated. I've reverted plant become variegated again one time. So there's hope, people. There's hope. We're gonna skip past the alocasias because I'm doing a video about them soon, so stay tuned for that. This is a Tenanthe Never Never plant, and I just took some propagations from it recently. It's really pretty, and it is similar to a Maranta or a Calathea in its care needs. Pretty dramatic, but it will tell you when it is thirsty. It is very pretty. I actually saw some big ones at Lowe's recently, so you guys should go grab those. Down here we have a Epipremnum Pinnatum variegated, and I'm just going to show you what's going on here with this little runner. It is growing. Somehow managed to keep some variegation, which is cool, but I am not quite sure what to do with this plant. It's just kind of hanging there, and so I need to figure something out, and I will. I'll figure it out. It needs some help. This is a Hoya pubicalyx, I believe. It's really pretty. It's one of my very few Hoyas, but it's got this silvery, splashy sheen, and I hardly ever water it, and it just kind of hangs out. So it's fun, and it looks like it's growing a little something there. I think maybe the second leaf it's grown in my care in about a year. So inside this jar, this is a Malamina camouflage. It was being a jerk, so I put it in here with some Photonia, and I'm just gonna let it hang out in there until it gets too big, and then we'll figure it out, because otherwise it was not gonna make it. Those guys want a ton of humidity. Over here in the peanut butter jar, you guys, this plant is a Monstera Esqueleto mint. So it's got a very subtle minty variegation to the leaves. That might be better. Oh wait, there we go. See that minty variegation? Mint variegation is generally pretty subtle. Yeah, we were struggling, and now we're making a comeback now that we're under the peanut butter jar. So we will just see how that goes. Here we've got a sweet little red Maranta that I just picked up recently because I realized I didn't have a red Maranta. Next to it is a hanging in there, gonna be moved into a prop box, Hello Beauty. Over here, just kind of hanging around, is a philodendron heartleaf variegated. I have another one in the plant room, and I plan to pot them all up together because that just looks sad. Over here we have a lemon lime philodendron. Similar but very different to the neon pothos. The growth patterns are definitely different, and the emergents do darken down, but it is a very pretty plant. Let me lift it up so you can see it in all of its glory. Yeah. She's getting a big old runner on her now. And this guy over here, this is the fuzzy petiole baby that was growing when I bought my fuzzy petiole, and eventually I separated them and started to grow her in a separate pot. And let me just show you how ridiculous this plant is. So look how these leaves are torn. That is from difficulty unfurling. So it's a young philodendron, it's a pretty common trait, but it is really annoying. Just like rips itself open like alien. Look at this new emergent. It's really odd. I almost missed this other piece of moss hanging out here at the edge of the window. And of course we have to acknowledge the beautiful flowers that I got for Valentine's Day. So pretty. So over here on the coffee table, I put out a few of the products that I use. This is a silica blast that I add to my water. I've been using these green aminos and my plants seem to really love it. You gotta love the Urban Gardener. This is their leaf radiance, but they also have a foliar spray and it is amazing and it smells amazing and it's all organic and it's all the good stuff. But when you got the bad stuff, sometimes you need some Captain Jacks. So I do add some Captain Jacks to my water every other time that I water. And we are getting close to wrapping up this tour of my living room plants. We are going to make our way over to the bookcase plants. Starting at the top, we've got this succulent-y thing that I do not know the name of, but it's very pretty and I forget to water all the time, which is probably exactly what it needs because it looks really healthy. A friend of mine gave me this beautiful Airplant for my birthday, as well as that Dreamcatcher in the background there. One of the most easygoing plants I own is hanging out here, the Philodendron Brazil. They look really pretty just dangling. I've been guiding it to grow up. Down here is a Boston fern. Somehow managed to keep this guy alive for about the last 5 years. I mean, alive is a relative term, but for a fern in an ambient setting, it's doing okay. And then right down here we've got a Dracaena, and it's the most easygoing plant I own. It just hangs out here in the corner. I water it rarely because it's got a pretty good sized pot. It does have a little damage on the leaves, but I was just keeping it real with you guys and letting the plants be as they are. And this is what the Dracaena looks like. I've had this one for about 3 years. And along our back wall, we've got some fun art and a cute little Oliver. And right over here, we have a Philodendron Rojo Congo. The emergent leaves come out nice and red, dark burgundy color, similar to the color here, but they do darken down into this cool green. Really easygoing plant, and it's a big one. Over here we have some oxalis. It's nighttime, so they're kind of closed up, but they do have a little flower. It's happy right now. And there's his purple sister. And then the last but not least, we have my happy bean. And it is so cute, like Dr. Seussian. And I got it in just a tiny little 4 inch pot from Moana Nursery. And it was called a happy bean, and I had to have it. And I've just recently realized how cute it really is, and I'm appreciating it much more. Funny how that happens. Well, that concludes this tour of my living room plants. It's fun to let you guys see an area of the house that we haven't shown much. Share a little bit more about myself. So I hope you continue to watch. If you like this video, leave a comment. Let me know which one of my plants is your favorite. And then come back next time and let's grow together.